And hello, good people of the internet. It is I, Tommy Kelly. This is Adventures in Weibo, and this is a 9-card reading for Benny. Benny asks, what is the best way to ground myself and not feel so rushed during this current busy streak in my life? So the 9-card reading is similar to the 5-card reading, only there's 4 extra cards. And I'll explain what each of them are as I go along. This is the new version of the deck. Needs to be broken. It's a bit stiff. And the only difference is that the backing allows for reversals because it could be either way. Whereas with the other versions of the deck, you would know you're doing a reverse card. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter, but still. So, how can Benny best ground himself during this hectic period? Okay. First card, the heart of the matter. Okay, just to check they're all there and in focus. I assume so. Okay, so the way the 9-card things spread works is this is the heart of the matter. These cards are what's informing or what has been formed by the card. This is what not to do or to avoid, and this is what to work towards or to pursue. So what we can see off the bat is there's a lot of women in this spread. Let's assume we take the lovers as this being a female. You have all females, female, with the guru being the only male character other than in the lovers. So one of the things immediately being suggested about grounding yourself is grounding yourself in your either A, your femininity, your feminine charms, Benny, your feminine side, or indeed in the women around you, the women that surround you, the women that are in your life. That would be the first thing off it. So the I, so where you find yourself, the heart of the matter, the busy, the needing to ground, the way things are hectic in this is, well, this is the way it is meant to be. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that needs to be changed. It's the I is like saying everything is exactly as it's meant to be. Even though sometimes within the storm, it doesn't feel like it is. I have a hard enough issue with the I because there's parts of me who really don't like the idea of, fate, destiny, predestination, or any of these things, or even that there is a plan, some great plan. But I think that is what it represents. So, I mean, it's in the 47s because I'm aware of it as an idea and as an archetype. But it's just, I suppose, when it comes out, it's just that everything's okay. Everything's, you're not missing something, you're not doing something wrong. It's not that you made a mistake and now you're kind of suffering the consequences or you let something go. Everything is okay. And I think that's kind of something that's available in every moment anyway, that it's like even when everything's falling apart, this is the way it is and it's okay. And this is what nature has decided to do. This is how spirit is presenting right now. Of course, you're getting angry at this. You're shouting at this. You are, protesting against it, saying, why does it have to be like this? What is it about what, you're kind of, so there's this kind of sense of, even there's nothing to it, even though you can't avoid it, this is natural, this is the way it is meant to be, you're still angry about it or whatever, and they're still kind of unhappy about it. So, and I suppose there's this is kind of, the guru is like saying, well, what's the practical thing of it? Like where it's leading, like you can be angry about it all day, but what's that going to do? You're screaming at God, the world, the situation, whatever it is. The guru actually is back to the situation or the back to thing, and it's kind of going, all right, fine, that's happening, that's all there, that's what it is. But and now what? And what now? what do we do? It's kind of, rather than arguing with, life is unfair, or, I wish things were a different way. It's not. It's the way it is the way it is. And now what? What do we do with that? Rather than lamenting, wanting it to be different or something like that. So he would always be a look to practicality and what needs to be done practically. What can you do in the situation? So when it comes to grounding, so it's like, not what would I do if things were different? How would I approach this if things were slightly different? Looking for the situation, circumstances to be different from what they are, and coming from the point of view, how would I ground? It's going like, no, with everything that there is, start from there. So we'll get into the things to avoid. It's essentially saying avoid magic, though. So that's probably coming from the thing is that there's nothing actually that needs to be changed. It's saying, and it's also, but not saying that you have to necessarily just take it on the chin and just be where it is. It's like dancing in it. Don't just think I have to suffer through this, or it's just life is shit, or any of that kind of stuff. And the carnal, I'm not sure, but being that it's echoed between the lovers and the, on this thing, and saying that the way things are, is that the approach is to, I suppose it's not, that if you're trying to kind of get the grounding, I suppose, in one way from the women in your life or whatever, it's not a sexual thing. It's going to be more in a friendship thing. And it's going to be more in a kind of a closeness thing or a couple thing that you need to be going for, rather than a kind of, I don't know, like a sexual need, I suppose, or wanting. Yeah, it's something like that. It has that's that, and it's been echoed. It's the lovers, it's not the carnal. It's not magic, and it's not putting up with the shit. It's somewhere in between. It's saying you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to put up with it, but you shouldn't do anything about it. So what should we do? Let's look to what we actually have here. And we have, it's saying the mother, of course, is always look after yourself, look after the things around you. Looking for something to ground. Well, the mother is the earth. It's the embodiment of the earth element. You can't go better than, to ground yourself, go walk around in bare feet. Make sure that you're in touch with the earth. Make sure that everything has been covered, that all your needs are still being met within the hectic period. That as much as possible, you're eating well, you're sleeping well. These things might be possible, but as much as possible to do it that way. To look after your general health, your people, your family, and that kind of around it. And this is like, go with your gut with this. Go, if something feels off, then it's off. It's like, again, it's like the angle of it is like going, you don't have to put up with everything that ever happens, just because you're in the right place, or this is the situation that's unavoidable, or not necessarily it's unavoidable because that sounds like it's bad. It's just, this is the way your situation is, but you don't have to put up with everything. You just have a gut feeling about it. If it's too much, then pull away, look after yourself, look after where you're coming from. Make sure that your family unit is good. Make sure that your relationship isn't suffering because of this, and that involves nurturing rather than, the sex thing. It's not just about that. It's about the not even the romance, I suppose, but just looking after the stability of your family, your surrounding, your relationships, that kind of thing. So then in our angles going down, as we've touched on this one, so the anger is not to be saying, oh, life is shit, put it out, that I just have to put up with it, there's nothing I can do about it, blah, blah, blah. It's look after yourself within the things that have to be done, and mother yourself a bit more. Turn the anger into self-care rather than, feeling of depression or whatever. Gut feelings, be practical about it. Magic probably isn't going to do an awful lot, kind of a thing. So again, it's like, know what you're at, trust your feelings, be practical about it rather than trying to lament, wishing things were different. Start from where things are and how to try and change it. Or not how to change it, but how to best approach the situation from a practical point of view, given how it actually is. And saying that a magic approach is probably not going to help anyway. So, ground yourself in the women around you, ground yourself in the earth, look after yourself, and don't despair, but self-care. There you go, Benny. That's what's coming up in those. So, I hope that was helpful, and I hope it made sense. And to everyone else who's watching who isn't Benny, I hope it was helpful for you too to see how the cards can be read given a certain question. So, good people of the internet, until next time, be very, very well, and may our best days be ahead.